Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this weekend.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now this weekend. I'm Emily Brown in for Brooklyn Hine. Well, it's been another weekend of clashes in Minneapolis, prompting the administration to place more than 1,000 active duty soldiers on standby for a possible deployment. A new CBS News poll shows many Americans think ICE agents are being too tough in stopping and detaining people. CBS News' Ian Lee is in Minneapolis with the latest.
As protests in the streets of Minneapolis pit pro-ICE demonstrators against anti-ICE demonstrators, a U.S. defense official tells CBS News 1,500 active duty soldiers are on standby in Alaska for possible deployment to Minneapolis. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz also has the state's National Guard on standby to support, quote, the rights of all who assemble peacefully. On Sunday's Face the Nation, Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey expressed concern over the presence of ICE agents.
We are doing everything possible to keep the peace, notwithstanding this occupying force that has quite literally invaded our city. I mean, we've got 600 cops in the city of Minneapolis, and we're talking about 3,000 plus ICE agents and border control that have come in. They're not making our city safer.
Tensions have steadily escalated since the death of Renee Good, who was shot and killed by an ICE agent on January 7th. On Sunday's Face the Nation, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem defended the actions of ICE in Minneapolis and blamed instances of violence on Mayor Frey and Governor Walz.
Because the mayor and the governor have allowed this kind of violence to be perpetuated across Minneapolis is why there's other innocent people that are impacted throughout the city, but throughout their state as well.
All of this comes as a new CBS poll indicates the public is growing increasingly concerned about ICE's recent actions in U.S. cities. The poll finds 61% of those surveyed say ICE is being too tough when stopping and detaining people, up from 56% in November. Ian Lee, CBS News, Minneapolis.
A U.S. defense official says President Trump has not yet decided whether to deploy soldiers to Minneapolis. Well, a truck crashed into the wall of a North La Crosse home last night. The accident happened around 10 p.m. near the McDonald's on George Street. According to the La Crosse Police Department, the driver accelerated excessively and lost control of their vehicle. No injuries were reported and no arrests were made. Well, due to the cold weather advisory, the city of La Crosse will open the Emergency Warming Center tomorrow. The center at 713 St. James Street will be open from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. A free bus will leave the Downtown Transit Center at 7:42 a.m. for those needing transportation, plus a free bus leaving St. James and Caledonia at 12:25 p.m. back downtown. Well, cold temperatures are putting extra pressure on local shelters, but now a new weekend option is bringing some relief. News 8 Now's J.D. McGee shows us how a community group is helping pick up the slack.
Winter cold doesn't take weekends off, and for people who don't have stable housing, finding a warm place to go during the day can be difficult. That's why one local group is now stepping in. As winter cold picks up, local groups are stepping in to make sure people without a place to go during the day still have somewhere warm to land, especially on weekends.
I think it's especially important now that the library is closed on Sunday to have a place where the community can gather and where people can come in and stay warm and have a bite to eat. The temperatures are bitterly cold out.
The local group called What I Need Now says they served over 100 people at Bridges United Methodist Church throughout the weekend. Nonprofits say this daytime warming center is part of a larger conversation that's been going on for years.
We have been talking as community nonprofits for a really long time about how desperately we need a day center, and I think this is a great place to start, and we can expand from here and really start taking care of the most vulnerable people in our community.
And for those using the space, Sue Graff says the impact goes beyond warmth, offering connection, stability, and a sense of belonging during the coldest days of the year.
It's just nice to be able to give people a warm, centralized place to hang out. People have been so grateful to be able to come in and connect with each other and with us. It's just been wonderful.
The warming center is open every Sunday from 1 to 4 until the end of February. Reporting in La Crosse, J.D. McGee, News 8 Now.
We had snow, the blowing snow, and also we have the dangerous wind chills that are taking effect over the area still. So we have dangerous cold all the way through about noon with wind chills that could get as low as 30 below. And I'll show you some of the areas in Minnesota have already seen that too, coming this way too. Now we'll improve a little bit in the afternoon, but it's still going to be cold throughout the daytime. Right now we're back into the single digits, but look at the winds at La Crosse, up to 22. So you definitely got a wind chill and some blowing and drifting snow right now. Kind of a band of snow is kind of pushed through the area. You see that band kind of on radar right there just to the east of La Crosse, stretching south of Eau Claire all the way down to just west of Richland Center. Those are your wind chills to the west, and there you are, 30 below at Mankato. So it is beginning to approach the area. If we kind of look at the wind speeds, over there, they've seen 25 to 30, so that definitely is blowing and drifting the snow around. So if you look at the morning, definitely going to be cold. Wind chills will be in the 26 to about 30 below range for La Crosse, getting up to about -1 by noon. If we look at Eau Claire, too, we're looking at wind chills generally in that 25 to 30 below all morning long. Tonight, getting back down to 8, they'll be -4 as we get to noon, with some sunshine, but obviously it won't matter too much. Now we do have dangerous cold continuing. We'll break down what the rest of the week looks like. We have more snow and even colder temps possible by the time we get to this point next weekend.
All right. Thanks, Greg. And a few school closures to know about for tomorrow. The Wazeeka-Steuben Schools District in Crawford County will be closed. St. Paul Lutheran School in Tomah will be closed. And a few other districts will be opening 2 hours late. The complete list of closures can be found on news8000.com. Well, couples gathered at the La Crosse Center today for the 2026 La Crosse Wedding Expo. Attendees can meet and even book wedding vendors, including photographers, caterers, and various venues. Organizers say it's a great way for couples to get inspired for their big day.
A lot of emails, a lot of cold calls can happen, but that interaction that they get face-to-face with their vendor, the people that they'll be actually meeting with and utilizing for their big day, is really important. And I think that's a benefit for both sides, for businesses and for couples.
The expo featured around 75 vendors. Well, the snow and cold won't deter these Coulee region ice fishers. News 8 Now photographer Brianna Gaspar has more on the Midwest tradition in this week's eyepiece.
It's fun pastime to do in the winter, you know. There's not a whole lot you can always do and have passion for fishing year round, so it's fun to do with the river here.
Yeah, I grew up ice fishing, loving it, and yeah, I just enjoyed all the time out on the ice, and you know, I'm one to not be on the ice when it's super thin, so it's got to be a certain amount of thickness for me to get out there.
Just all these traditions that we have, being out in the water, enjoy the Mississippi, just love being Wisconsinite. Every time we come out here, we're making memories, exploring, catching fish, keeping traditions alive.
Just the joy on a child's face when they catch a fish for the first time or the first time this season. It's such a unique opportunity and a special thing about this place. Ice fishing is part of our heritage. It's part of the culture of this place. It's just such a great way to get out and experience the wonder of the outdoors. It's a part of who we are, of what we enjoy doing. I think it's amazing for people to be able to experience the diversity of life that's found here on the river.
Oh, looks like so much fun. Still to come, Trump's next move in his mission to take over Greenland. We'll have the latest on the rising tensions.
Everyone deserves to be connected. Big cities, small towns, everywhere in between. And staying connected shouldn't break the bank. That's why T-Mobile and U.S. Cellular have joined forces. The best network just got bigger. And we're combining it with the local service you know and trust. Join now and save up to 20% versus Verizon.
We are very fortunate to have our mom in our lives. We rely on Medicaid to pay for her long-term care. When I learned that it might be cut, I met with Representative Van Orden. He promised that he would never cut Medicaid. He even signed this letter. Then he turned around and he voted for the largest Medicaid cut in history. It's absolutely devastating. We need to tell Congressman Van Orden, stop raising our health care costs.
If you have a crack like this, well, you have a problem. Today I'm learning how a cracked wall might mean your foundation is sinking.
It always points towards the area where it's sinking. For example, this corner here, we're down almost a full inch of drop.
Right, so that's going down and that's causing the crack.
Correct. And then this door, they don't even use that door anymore. It cannot open.
Innovative Basement Authority is now Groundworks. Schedule a free inspection.
Over President Trump's demand that the United States annex Greenland. A CBS News poll just out shows that 14% of voters approve of President Trump's ambitions to own the territory. CBS's Lee Kinnery has new reporting on the controversy.
There's consensus in the territory of 57,000 people. They're saying land of the Greenlanders. And their hats say something too. This weekend saw the largest protest Greenland's ever had, its prime minister said. Recent polls show about 85% oppose joining the United States. That was before President Trump threatened up to 25% tariffs on 8 European countries, until the U.S. is allowed to purchase this Arctic land.
There is a red line, and that red line was shown today. We are not for sale.
The Kingdom of Denmark has ruled and protected Greenland for about 300 years. Last week, NATO troops deployed there for military exercises. Denmark's prime minister said she's supported by allies, saying Europe will not be blackmailed. Allies like France's President Macron, who requested the European Union retaliate with a so-called trade bazooka. President Trump explained why he's doing this in a post, saying China and Russia want Greenland, and the U.S. acquiring it is essential for the Golden Dome, a weapons system in early development. But Danish politician Rasmus Jarlov said America already has full access to the territory.
They wouldn't gain anything that they don't already have.
Do you feel that the security provided at the moment is sufficient to fight adversaries like China or Russia?
We have kept China and Russia completely out of Greenland. They have nothing there, no activities, no mining, no consulates. Greenland is not in danger of being taken over by neither Russia or China. It's only the United States that is a threat to Greenland right now.
Lee Kinnery, CBS News, London.
Still to come, one airline's major change, not flying with passengers. We'll have more on the decision reversal right after the break.
Yeah, get ready for a lot of cold this weekend and more snow, and even colder conditions as we go towards the end of the weekend. We'll kind of time all that out coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
This Monday, one day only, earn a 20-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $30. That's a 20-cent fuel saver for every $30 you spend in store and online. Monday only, and only at Hy-Vee.
Wow, forest berry fudge is amazing. This is melting in my mouth.
Dill pickle? Whoa, that's actually good.
Holy fudge. This is the best thing ever.
Expressions brought to you by Valley Fudge and Candy. Find us in Coon Valley, Wisconsin, or order online today.
Together, we're stronger.
Western works side by side with local employers to provide career-ready skills.
Together, we make a difference.
Western's 90-plus programs go hand in hand with today's job market.
Together, we're vital for our communities.
Our region's exceptional industries rely on Western grads. We're all in this together.
Together,
we are Western.
Sometimes my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis gets in my way. But thanks to Skyrizi, I'm free to bare my skin.
Things are getting clearer, I feel free to bare my skin, yeah, that's on me. Nothing is everything.
With Skyrizi, I saw dramatically clearer skin. and many people were 100% plaque-free. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Nothing and me go hand in hand. Nothing on my skin, that's my new plan. Nothing is everything.
Now's the time. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
This Monday, one day only, earn a 20-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $30. That's a 20-cent fuel saver for every $30 you spend in store and online. Monday only, and only at Hy-Vee.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Any new military recruits who are HIV positive cannot begin their initial training, at least for now. A federal appeals court has ordered a pause in a lower court ruling that allowed HIV positive applicants to serve their country. A study found that between 1990 and 2024, more than 11,000 service members were diagnosed with HIV among active duty, National Guard, and Reserve forces. These individuals only tested positive after they joined the military. Rebranding the Department of Defense to the Department of War could cost millions. The nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office estimates a price tag of $10 to $125 million. The CBO says the range is large because the Pentagon didn't provide details of its plans. The name change stems from an executive order in September. A reversal from a major North American airline, WestJet is now canceling its new seat layout on its aircraft. WestJet, Canada's second largest carrier, says it's added an extra row of seats to nearly 24 aircraft in October, claiming it would help bring down ticket prices. The reconfiguration removed about 2 inches of space between rows, which wasn't flying with lots of passengers. WestJet will now remove those added seats.
Can having an airplane seat that tight be dangerous in an emergency?
It certainly stands to reason that if you decrease the amount of space between the seats, it's going to make it more difficult to someone to get out in the event of an emergency.
Now, WestJet doesn't have a timeline for when the work will be completed. Well, a weekend with temperature drops and even colder days ahead of us. Let's send it over to Greg.
Yeah, pretty much as we get back into the coldest part on average of the year, which is end of January through early February, we're going to basically feel really like the end of January, early February type cold conditions too. We have one tonight. This is the wind chill. Wind chill is really the factor, but temperatures will get below zero. Between 20 and 30, we've already seen that out to the west. We'll see it pretty much all morning long. There will be some improvement in the afternoon time frame, not much, but enough to be not as dangerous, but still. This is one where if you're outside with exposed skin, you can have frostbite in about 30 minutes or less. So it is quite on the cold weather advisories. This is that threshold there for pretty much across the entire area. Most of this will be probably expiring at 9 or even noon, depending on when the actual temperature wind chill gets above 25 below too. So overall, we still got winter weather advisories to the west. That's because of blowing snow. Quite a lot of that going on there, probably till about midnight till the winds kind of subside a little bit further to the southeast just for snowfall. We still got pockets of it across the area, but nothing real widespread. It's just the known areas. Here's radar, and here's this little band that really has been producing pretty decent drop in visibilities and some gusty winds along with it too. But notice to the west, those are your apparent wind chills. We've already seen 25 to 30 below. We got a little bit of clearing skies too to go along with that too. Wind speeds, as I noted, this is sustained wind, so it is really blowing around and reducing visibility out to the west too. If we look at kind of overall visibility, here's this little band. You can see it has dropped visibility down to almost 1.5 miles in it as it's pushing to the east. So Sparta will probably see this in a little bit too, and further eastern Vernon County and maybe Richland County too. Otherwise, this will be out of the area. Once it does, it's really not going to see much in the way of precipitation. You see up to the north, generally not seeing much. That band is to the south, but you can see right on the road right there, that drifting coming across the road too on the interstate, and that will be a problem. That band pushes out. We got clearing skies, so not much in the way of precipitation. Wind chills is noted. There's your morning, 25 to 30. It could be at areas that get lower than 30. By noon, we'll get back into maybe 15 to 25. And then in the afternoon, it's more in that 15, maybe 20. Still cold, maybe not quite as dangerous. The winds will subside as we go throughout the nighttime. Now, Tuesday morning, we'll have lows probably close to 10 below in a lot of areas, but we're not going to see much wind, so the actual temperature and apparent temperature or wind chill won't be that much of a difference, but still it'll feel potentially 15 to 20 below with a little bit of wind. Tonight's lows, single digits below zero. A few areas may hit the 10 below mark. Then as we go through tomorrow, struggling to get to zero. A lot of areas will probably stay below. A few areas will get above, but once again, very cold conditions too. There will be sunshine. At least that's about the only positive thing about tomorrow is there will be some sunshine. Tuesday lows could get colder just because there'll be lighter winds. That wind, less wind, all these temperatures in some areas with fresh snow to get into that 10 to 15 range. So then as we go into Tuesday, we're going to see things change a little bit. These temperatures are closer to sunset, single digits to the north, teens to the south. We have increasing clouds because we have a couple disturbances that are going to dive southeastward that are going to provide our next opportunity for snow. One is going to be coming right to the south. I've got the 3D look so you can see the darker colors indicating a little more Hansen snow. Tuesday night before the morning commute, probably that'll push east. Then we have another one that'll be diving south more towards the afternoon. This will then swing through, could impact the evening commute too with more light snow. Amounts right now, I think you're going to see somewhere, this is greater than 2-inch probability, somewhere pretty much just north of La Crosse down to southern Wisconsin. We could see a swap of maybe 2 to 3 inches, maybe even more. So something we'll have to keep an eye on once again. Beyond that, look at the temperatures drop off Friday, Saturday. We will see 20s to potentially 30 below actual temperatures, not wind chills. And Friday, look at that. That's -5. That's your high here. Some areas up to the north may not even get to -10.
Oh boy.
So
leggings underneath the jeans, long sleeves underneath the sweaters. Layer up, everyone.
It's back to
We're
yep.
in for a
It's in for a
bitterly
good go
cold
Sam.
week. Yep. All right, coming up next in sports, an update from the NFL playoffs. Plus, hear from the Wisconsin Badgers as they picked up their 4th straight win yesterday afternoon. Kate is in next with sports.
It's an easy puzzle to solve. The one app your phone can't live without. Bringing you local news, sports, streaming video, and a lot more. The News 8 Now app. Get it today. Oh, and good job on the puzzle.
Hi, my name is Levi, and this is Maxwell White Water Conditioning Tip 48. Hard water causes scale buildup, dry skin, and stained laundry. If you see these signs, call us at 608-781-8088.
In Winona, your perfect stay starts at Hotel 44 North. Stay in the heart of downtown with elegant rooms and spacious suites with kitchenettes, ideal for work, play, or a little of both. Wake up to breathtaking river and bluff views. Then hit the trail, shops, and waterfront just steps away. After the adventure, relax in the pool or sauna, recharge in the fitness center, or toast the night at Latitude Bar and Lounge. Hotel 44 North. Comfort, style, and hometown charm.
The following is based on actual events.
What do you want for dinner? I'm just gonna call her. I don't care. You pick. No, we had that last week. I don't care. I've got it. I'll have ribs. You can have mac and cheese.
Ooh, the average couple disagrees about what to have for dinner about 3 times a week. Decision made. Pick up a Quick Trip take-home meal.
I love you too. Breadsticks. Gotta go.
Quick Trip. See you next time.
In the heart of Wisconsin dairy country, there's only one place making cottage cheese, and it's right here in Westby. Since 1903, Westby Cooperative Creamery has been farmer-owned and community-driven, crafting wholesome cottage cheese the same way for generations. And with a new investment in modern technology, we're ensuring our tradition continues, fresher, safer, and more sustainable than ever. Westby Cooperative Creamery, the only cottage cheese maker in Wisconsin. Farmer-owned, Wisconsin proud.
Hi, my name is Tom, and this is Maxwell White Water Conditioning tip number 281. PFAS and nitrates in your water can be serious. If you are worried about impurities like these, call us today at 608-781-8088.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Kate Overton.
After a bit of a slump, the Wisconsin Badgers are starting to heat up. From the end of November to January 3rd, the Badger men were just 4-4 and looked like a very average basketball team. But fast forward to today, Wisconsin is on a 4-game win streak, including a big win on the road against, at the time, second-ranked Michigan. And then they defeated Rutgers last night to make that a 4-game winning streak. They look like a completely different team with improvements in all areas of the court.
I think, honestly, it's a lot of internal things that we've really improved on. Obviously, we're making shots, and that helps us look a lot better, and we're getting wins. But I think internally, every night, our mindset's kind of flipped ever since that game to a more aggressive team, a more at-you team, rather than kind of taking that first blow, getting on our heels early. I think on the flip side, we're kind of delivering that, and we're getting teams on their heels first.
I think, individual player development and team improvement, is still important, and it's vital. I mean, and that's what we've always strived towards, is can we get better as the season goes on?
Now, you can't win a championship in January. The only thing you can do is stack wins and build that resume for March. Next up for the Badgers, Thursday on the road against Penn State, who was just 1-8 in their last 9 games. Then back to Madison for 3 straight home games to close out the month. We had a bit of controversy during yesterday's playoff games. Overtime between the Bills and the Broncos, 3rd and 10. Now, at first glance, it looks like Josh Allen completes this pass to Brandon Cooks, but as they hit the ground, Jaquan McMillan ends up with the football, and it was ruled an interception. It would stay that way as the Broncos would end up going down the field and kicking the game-winning field goal, but social media was losing their minds after the play, many saying they thought Cooks had control and should have been down by contact as they hit the ground. Now, me personally, I thought it was a bang-bang play, too fast to be called a catch. It was an interception. If it was a catch, then why didn't the receiver end up with the football? So Denver wins, but awful news for them. Following the game, it was announced their starting quarterback, Bo Nix, fractured a bone in his ankle and will miss the remainder of the year. Then late last night, the Seahawks made a statement. They destroyed the 49ers 41-6. And then a check-in on tonight's game. Bears were down 7 with 27 seconds left on 4th and 4. Caleb Williams in trouble, sprinting backwards. And eventually he's just going to throw up a prayer to the end zone, and it's caught. Are you serious? Cole Kmet with the game-tying touchdown. This would go into overtime. Rams would punt, so the Bears just need a field goal. Williams going down the field, but that ball is intercepted. Rams take over, and they would take advantage, eventually making the game-winning field goal as they are moving on and eliminate the Bears. 20-17 the final, which means we've got the Rams taking on the Seahawks in the NFC Championship game, and then New England took care of Houston, so we will have the Patriots and the Broncos in the AFC Championship game. Tomorrow, we've got the College Football Playoff National Championship. 2 great stories here. Indiana trying to complete one of the craziest 3-year turnarounds in all of sports, going up against Miami, a team that many thought shouldn't have even made the playoff. Kickoff tomorrow night at 6:30 on ESPN. And you have to check this out. Yesterday evening, the Holman wrestling team just wrapped up a tournament win at Weston High School when they noticed a car in the ditch on their way out of town. Despite working hard all day, the boys built up enough energy to help pull the car out of the ditch. And it turned out when they went to go help the car, it was actually one of their assistant coaches. An amazing deed, and now maybe they'll have to run one less lap this week as they may have saved their coach a bit of a toe bump. But check that out, Emily. They're in their Crocs, in their
slippers.
slides,
I saw
sweatpants.
that.
It doesn't matter. They just went out there and got the job done. That's what you love to see.
They were the guys to do it. You know, they were still like rough and tough from that winning that championship, and still had that energy going. And like, thankfully, they were able to do something altruistic for someone who's helped their team. So
Okay.
good way to give back.
You love to see it. All right, we'll have more news after the break.
River City Grill in Winona is your place for great food and drinks every night of the week. Get Grandma's home-style meatloaf with mashed potatoes, gravy, and corn for $18.99, as well as mixers for $4.50. See you soon at River City Grill in Winona.
Hey, Dominic here to ask, do you love salt but need to cut back on all that sodium? Mini Mini Salt by Pleasing is the answer, and it's recommended by doctors and dietitians for those on low sodium diets. It tastes like regular salt but with so much less sodium. Use it just like your table salt. Great on corn on the cob, tomatoes, watermelon, and yeah, you could even use it on French fries and everything else you love to salt. Be sure to get your Mini Mini Salt by Pleasing and 40 other blends at the Pleasing Outlet Store on Ward Avenue, La Crosse. Get out of here.
I'm Jordan Rudolph, and I'm the owner of Unity Fitness. As our mission to serve and help have a positive influence on so many people, we can't thank you enough for having our back and helping us spread that mission forward into helping more people in the area.
Thank you so much for trusting us with your goals and for 10 years of support.
We view people as more than a before and after.
We're in your corner through the ups and the downs that life has to offer because we know that they'll happen.
To see if you're the right fit for us or if we're the right fit for you, head over to unityfitnesspro.com today.
If your basement walls are peeling, that is not appealing. So this is water damage,
yes,
man?
Sir. That's water damage.
How many people right now have compromise in their basement brought on by water?
Oh, the majority. I mean, water is the enemy of a home.
Right.
But it's better to have it assessed to give you that ease of mind.
Sure.
Inspections are free. Might as well just give us a call to help.
Innovative Basement Authority is now Groutworks. Schedule a free inspection.
The easiest way to furnish your cabin is at Black River Furniture Outlet. Bring the outdoors in with a handmade dining table set, crafted from the finest woods like hickory, walnut, maple, and barnwood. Shop cozy Amish rockers and upholstery, or Wisconsin-made easy sofas with customizable fabrics. Pair it all with a cabin rug, 5x8s, 8x10s, scatters, and runners available. And before you leave, visit the bed shed. Check out our rustic bedroom groups and bunk beds, as well as our Amish office furniture. Open 7 days a week, Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
River City Grill in Winona is your place for great food and drinks every night of the week. Get Grandma's home-style meatloaf with mashed potatoes, gravy, and corn for $18.99, as well as mixers for $4.50. See you soon at River City Grill in Winona.
Dozens of pet owners had their animals blessed yesterday in Mexico in honor of St. Anthony's Day. With dogs, cats, and guinea pigs, Father Cecito Torres sprinkled holy water and offered prayers. He says that the blessing is a way of thanking God for the presence of pets, now that most homes now have animals as companions. And I've taken my cats to this on St. Francis of Assisi Day to get blessed, and it's always during the spring or summertime, not during the cold, because they would not be happy with that. Neither would I. All right, Greg has a final look at your forecast right after this.